we only have one episode left of Game of Thrones ever. So what are your predictions?
I have a good one. I think that Bran's going to have to create a new Night King to keep this whole winter thing going. And so he's going to have to stab someone into existence under the Godswood tree. And I think that might be Jon Snow.
Where the hell is... Oh, he's up in Winterfell.
Okay.
I don't think that Bran's going to create the new Night King. I think they're done with the supernatural element. I think that they didn't care to give it enough episodes to really explore it meaningfully. So I think that's just going to be much like the polar bears on Lost or any number of questions. They're just not really going to explore it to its full potential. I think that I think the most we're going to see from Bran is him being like, yes, just as I saw. But rather, I think that we're going to see a lot of our main characters in King's Landing die. And I think the Seven Kingdoms, as they are now, are going to break apart. It's going to end with each individual kingdom ruling over their own sort of empire versus a united front that had so much corruption and so much greed and just like violence endemic to it.
Yeah, so. I could see that happening. I think I like the idea of Sansa being the queen of the North.
Yeah.
And then all these other areas just kind of being their own thing,
just
and that
the
center of King's Landing just completely crumbles. What do you guys think?
Well, here's the thing: whoever kills Dany, right? There's going to be a dragon close by.
Drogon's going to have that ass.
So Drogon might just go nuts and kill everybody in the area.
So Arya's got to take out Drogon.
Damn,
right?
That girl has a lot of work.
And so then your theory could come true in that way, that just sort of everyone dies in this spot, and now all the kingdoms are on their own.
It just becomes this necropolis by the end of the series.
Ooh, I like that. I kind of dig that though.
Yeah, I think everybody ends up dying. Maybe Arya, maybe not. But then I always say his name wrong. Gendry.
Yeah.
Gendry has to end up being the king because he's like, they're like, okay, who do we have left? Nope.
Well, I have some Baratheon blood.
Well, with only one episode left, looking back through the entirety of Game of Thrones, would you say that this entire thing was worth it?
Yes, I'll die on that hill. It was so fun. And yeah, we got to have a bunch of watch parties at Jason's house and hang out with a bunch of friends and have something to obsess about. So I'm here for it.
Yeah, I think it's been worth it. This has been my favorite show for the last 8+ years, however long it's been on. It has brought me countless hours of joy. Even when I'm frustrated with it, I still can't wait to see how it's all going to end. Because, even the things you love, you have to take them, the good and the bad. So do I wish that the final seasons had been handled differently? Yes. But am I happy that we're going to see the conclusion to this? Yes. I don't think it's going to tarnish the legacy in a meaningful way. I think people like the fact that this is got to be one of the most discussed TV shows of all time. I don't think anyone can take that away from them, good or bad, depending on the finale.
I would totally agree. Also, I have to give it props for changing the way that we watch television, completely.
Yeah.
They were at the forefront of all of that, and how cable has shifted gears, and now it's just the entire landscape of how you get your television entertainment has changed, and I think Game of Thrones was a big part of that. What about you guys?
Absolutely. Yeah, no, it's totally worth it. For the flaws that it has and the things that we like to bitch about it, at the end of the day, it's still one of, if not the most entertaining series of all time. Every series goes through a thing where, the original people leave or some writers are gone and then it sort of decays. Sure, has it decayed in the last season? A little bit, but is it still way better than any other show? Absolutely.
Watch parties alone. I'm in Amy's camp with this. I mean, I've had so much fun having common ground with all of these different people from all different backgrounds, because we all have Game of Thrones in common. And the memes alone, Twitter is nuts with this. I love intersectionality of nerdom anyway, and it seems like Game of Thrones has been this nexus for so many different kinds of nerd pools of people and non-nerd people. And I've enjoyed this entire trip. I mean, yes, there's a lot of things that I wish had never happened, a lot of things that I wish that they had spent more time focusing on, and then a lot of things that's just like, what? Okay, I guess. But it is worth it.
Yeah. Also, I want to hop on because I'm seeing chat go crazy. Well, what about Westworld? What about this, that, and the other? Yes, I know there's other shows out there, but this is one of the ones that really pushed the dial along with a
it's
couple other
very-
shows like Mad Men. Yes, I saw that too. Like,
But it's very like Lost,
your
where
ass.
it's like it is okay, woo, but
just
it's,
calm your
it's
shit.
relevant on the night of, and then it's relevant throughout the week, and it like sparks conversation, like you were saying, and creates some weird community just around the show itself, and that's what kind of Lost did.
Yeah. Also, it's given me a paycheck for the last 10 years. So thank you for the content.
Wow.
HBO and Game of Thrones. Yeah, it was awesome. Dan, did you want to say something?
I was going to
extra?
say, I saw someone in the chat, I think his name was Schmo72, they were saying that the show, the writing really lost its way after they outstripped the source material of the books. And to that, I want to say, you're not wrong, but watch any anime ever, especially Naruto. There was like a 70 episode run where it was just filler, so like, that's to be expected. It doesn't mean you have to hate the thing that you love. Just try to enjoy the ride, be critical of it, but you know, this has been a fun
there's
ride.
nothing,
like
there's
90s
nothing
Sailor
wrong
Moon.
with having ongoing discussions as well as at the end of the day enjoying it. Like that, both those things can happen at the same time.